today. Thanks for coming to meet me.
Hurts.
So everybody, I'm Tally G with Drum and Bass Proper, and this is Emily Widuch of CG Agency, also known as Cyber Group Agency and SD Union here in San Diego, California. So Emily, how long have you been with SD Union?
I started with SD Union in 2019. I started off as one of the street team leaders. So we would help get people organized to get tickets sold. I wrote some blogs for the website. I help out with I'm supposed to help out with the Spotify and stuff like that. And then since becoming an agent, I have also stepped into more hands-on role when it comes to lineups and, getting the artists through the door.
Awesome. Fibes and Winslow were our headliners this past Saturday night at Spin Nightclub. How do you think that event went?
It was awesome. There was a good amount of people through the door. The sound was incredible. The reinforced sound was reinforcing for sure. And the artists were amazing. Amethyst was great. Phoenix absolutely murked it. My favorite was Burn Cam of the evening. He absolutely just slayed it. I want to know his entire track listing, actually.
I actually Shazammed.
Did you?
But it was
spotting.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
And then Winslow's my personal favorite, currently living in US drum and bass producer. And then Fibes, that was a long awaited, tour to come through. Everyone was really excited about it. The energy was really good. Everyone was dancing. My legs were killing me yesterday. So yeah, it was a really good night.
Tell me, what's happening next for SD Union?
So we have, I'm so excited, our legendary day parties. I think everyone needs to come to one of those because they're just so much fun. But we have one on May 4th at Hole in the Wall. And it is Etherwood, Hugh Hardy, Polaris, Ben and Colette, and then more regional talent like you, Tally, Wraith from up in LA, Vertigo from up in LA, NGJ, I believe the name is. There's also going to be one of the founders of SD Union, Garva, is performing.
Excellent.
Carbon, Bem, and then we have a litany of vocalists. We have Rita, Subliminal. We will have Chemistry there from LA. He's been a real cool addition to the day parties. But yeah, it's going to be a stacked night. It's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think Etherwood has been here since like 2016 or 17.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
So yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, we're going to have a great day.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing that party. Yeah. I love our San Diego day parties.
So much. Yeah.
Our scene here is really special. I'm really just grateful to be a part of it.
Hell yeah. Same. I'm glad to have you here. You definitely add to it for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Emily, you're an agent with Cyber Group Agency. How did you get into that?
I've tried to be a DJ, obviously, like everybody does. I am way better at listening to music and connecting people than I am with performing. So I started, my first out-of-state booking that I did for a show was a warehouse party in Phoenix. And it was my friend RFX, Robert, who actually used to live here in San Diego. A friend of mine, Phil in Phoenix, had given me a mixtape of his, and I was blown away by it. I actually still to this day have it. He's like lost it for a long time, and I found it on a hard drive like randomly 15 years later. So, but he was my first out-of-state booking. There was an event in Phoenix for a while that I helped do bookings for, and then I knew the senior agent at Cyber Group, Stu Dunn. I had known him from Phoenix. He's also from Phoenix, and we ran into each other in LA at the Renegade Hardware finale. Kind of reconnected. I was up in Seattle to hang out with my friends and also go to a DJ Dara show that he was at, and there was a dab bus out front and we smoked. And I, at the time I was working at a place that did social media, so I was in social media, and so I decided just to shoot my shot. Like what is going to do? Say no. So I became the social media manager for Cyber Groove, and I did that until 2020. I ran exactly one tour before shutdowns happened. I did a tour with Scientific, which turned out to be his final tour in America, or I think anywhere. And then shutdowns happened, and during that time, I just kind of built my empire, signed Degs and Fava, and now I do Unglued and Makoto and Etherwood, and I have amazing American artists like Flacco and Jamal and Ms. Isis, Spin Scott, Track.
That's a really, really heavy roster.
I know, it's awesome. Quadrant and Iris, you know what I mean?
One of my favorites.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that's just kind of how I fell into it, was through just kind of making it so,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. And that just shows that, if you put your mind to it and you just take that little tiny step outside of your comfort zone, step outside your box for a second and take that risk, and then something beautiful can happen.
Exactly right.
Because you are really an excellent agent. I mean, you've got the perfect personality for it. So yeah, you're welcome. And great taste in music, obviously.
I appreciate that. I think so.
So, what are some of the latest recruits to CG Agency? I know you listed a few. Do you have any name ones that were signed recently?
Yeah, so last week we announced Urban Dawn, which I am so stoked about. I love Brazilian drum and bass, like a whole lot.
Same.
And then today we announced Sustance. We have another announcement coming later on this week. And then I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that I am excited about, but I am not at liberty to disclose yet.
So what advice would you give to somebody who wants to become an agent?
Oh gosh. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. You have to be really organized. Excuse me. You have to be really organized. You have to be kind of like a tenacious, but also kind of stupid. Just go for it, I have been such a fan of drum and bass for such a long time that the challenge that I have to overcome is even talking to them in the first place, because I don't want to be like an annoying fan. So you have to have, confidence, obviously. Nobody's going to make $1 million doing this. We're having a moment, right now. Absolutely. I absolutely hope that continues, because obviously drum and bass is the best thing in the world. But, you have to have a level of kind of being impervious to rejection is another one. It's a lot of work. You have to be really dedicated, to your artists and to the scene and to the integrity of the scene. But yeah, a lot of people want to be an agent, and then once they get their foot in the door, they realize how much work it is, and they do not feel like doing it anymore. There is a level of, kind of hate that you have to kind of wade through. Some agents definitely have a bad reputation, but I think being a non-DJ agent has its benefits, because it's coming from a place of pure love.
Yeah. So what advice would you give to somebody who's interested in becoming an agent?
You have to be very, very persistent. You have to be able to you have to have kind of thick skin, be able to deal with a level of rejection, and also, some negativity about just being an agent in general. Some people have kind of negative connotations about what we actually do. You have to have a deep, deep love for not only the music, but also the people that you manage. There's absolutely nothing I wouldn't do for my artists. And my co-agent Melissa and I, we joke all of the time about like just the levels that we would be willing to go to get our artists booked. And have the right expectations. You're not going to pay rent or make $1 million doing this. It's definitely a passion project. I do know that we have found that a lot of people want to be an agent until they get in there and they figure out how labor intensive it is. But there's nothing I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? I would do absolutely anything for my artists. And that is the big thing that you have to be willing to do, is just fight tooth and nail, advocate for them. You know, people are going to come up with resistance. People are going to say that they don't think your artist will sell, and there's nothing that makes me happier than proving people wrong.
What do you think it is that makes our scene here in San Diego or Southern California so special?
Every scene here, whether it be San Diego or LA or San Francisco or the IE, everyone kind of has like their own vibe, but we all collaborate really well together. Like it's not uncommon to see, you know, San Diego heads up in San Francisco, or people from, you know, Riverside in LA. You know what I mean? We all kind of work together very collaboratively. We all have our own vibe. Like, you know, San Diego is like all jungle and liquid and the more vibey kind of, I don't know, like I would call it sunshine drum and bass, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, LA is, you know, neuro and jump up, and it has like grit to it that's really, it's really like addicting. I love the LA scene. And then you know, San Francisco is, you know, a little bit more like rollers and that kind of vibe. I love it though. We all collaborate really well together. You know, people from SD are members of LA crews, and LA crews are members of San. You know what I mean? We all just kind of work together, which is nice. You know, because there is, you know, in California we have arguably the biggest scene in the country. Sorry if that, I'm not meaning to be offensive, but it is. It's a big scene here, and the fact that we all work so well together, I think, is really something to be admired.
What kind of music do you listen to outside of drum and bass?
When I do, it is, I listen to a lot of 90s stuff, like, you know, grunge and hip hop, like a lot of indie dance music, like the Gods Themselves, and oh gosh, see, that's how much I don't listen to other music. I'm like, this other band that I really like that I can't remember literally anything. You know, I'll get some stuff stuck in my head every once in a while that isn't drum and bass, but I would say probably 98% of the time it's drum and bass. You're hard pressed to find me listening to anything else.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell everybody today?
Just got some cool things in the works that I'm excited to share with all of you, and yeah, I'm excited.
Excellent.
Drum and bass is having a moment right now, and I think we should all strike while the iron's hot.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Wish I was a baller. Wish I was a little bit taller, y'all.